Back on Ringgit Sense Plus with me, Azara Tagaya. Now, if you've just joined us, we were talking about the My Salam Critical Illness Insurance Scheme for the lower income group. And if you watched our previous story, some of you might think that its lump sum payout of 8,000 ringgit for treatment is not very much. And you're right, because it isn't. So that's why it is encouraged that you get your own critical illness insurance coverage when you can afford it. Now, we have with us today Bruce Tum, Head of Financial Advisory Channel at Ringgit Plus, to explain to us about critical illness insurance. Hi, Bruce. Thank you so much for joining us on Ringgit Sense Plus today.
Hi, Zara. Thank you for having me.
Well, we're talking about insurance coverage. So one of the main things that we want to know is, can you explain to us the difference between having a medical card and also having critical illness coverage?
Okay, a medical card basically is what is also called hospitalization and surgical coverage. And it's intended for that very purpose. It's only for a coverage in the event that hospitalization and surgery is required. So what happens is that a holder of a medical card will get access to hospitals, be it a private or a government hospital, okay, and the expenses incurred throughout the stay and also the follow-up after being discharged are covered. So what happens is that the insurance company will pay directly to the hospital itself, and no money goes to the policyholder itself.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the other hand, a critical illness cover is, or also sometimes called dreaded disease cover. What it does is it pays a lump sum amount to the policyholder. So think of it as a life insurance cover. If something happens, a lump sum will be given to the policyholder. It's the same thing. In the event the policyholder is diagnosed with one of the 36 critical illness, the lump sum will be paid, and this lump sum can be used for any purposes at all. So the way to claim it is basically to get a diagnosis from the doctor, give it to the insurance company, and the insurance company will pay directly into the account of the policyholder. I
see. Can you explain more on that? How can the claim process actually work for a consumer, someone who doesn't know how to do this? Let's say you're diagnosed with cancer, maybe lung cancer. So how does the whole claim process work from beginning to end?
Oh, it's very simple because every insurance company will have a procedure on claim handling. What happens is if a person is diagnosed, they will have to just contact the insurance company. The insurance company will give a set of documents where the policyholder will fill up, get a written report from the doctor confirming that that they have that particular disease or illness. Give the same report together with whatever filled up forms to the insurance company. The insurance company will handle the rest.
I see. How long would the whole process take?
Likely it will take probably about 2 to 4 weeks if it's a simple case, right? If it's a simple case, if that doesn't require any investigation on the part of the insurance company. But it may drag on longer if there are certain details or information that is not obtained.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so consumers are often confused about what actually happens when they apply for insurance, especially those who don't have much experience. So can you tell us about what the insurance companies would usually ask consumers when applying? What are some of the questions that we have to prepare for?
Okay, typically when you apply for an insurance cover, usually the normal questions will be height and weight. Yeah, things like height and weight, and also the changes within the last year, the changes in weight. Yeah, probably, right? It's also we'll also ask lifestyle, right? Whether the person smokes, the person drinks. Yep, and then also things like pre-existing conditions. Pre-existing conditions mean that if a person already has a certain condition at the time of application, for example, chest pain, for example, cancer, right? The insurance company will want to know. At the same time, family history is also very important because they will ask whether or not your parents, your siblings had any form of diabetes, cancer, and things like that, right? Last but not least, whether you have had instances whereby your applications to any insurance companies have been has experienced any loading. Loading means that you have to pay higher premiums for it, or exclusions. Exclusion means that any of the coverage is excluded from your cover, or it's been declined. Decline means that it's outright rejected. So these will help the insurance company evaluate as to whether there's a risk, a particular risk is involved on giving you that cover.
I see. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Bruce, for sharing with us today. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this segment.
So much,
and hopefully we can see you again next time.
Thanks, Azira.
Thank you. Well, that was Bruce Tam, Head of Financial Advisory Channel at Ringgit Plus, explaining to us a little bit about critical illness insurance. Now, we'll be back after the break with more on Ringgit Sense Plus. Don't go away.